think we are live. Yes, we are. Hello.
Yep. How's it all going?
Hey, guys.
We there? Hello?
Yeah, we're live.
We're live.
Yeah.
Clint.
I thought you were introducing us.
Oh, okay.
You're the host of the show.
Hey, yeah. Sorry. Hey, I'm Clint. I'm the community manager for Ardent Roleplay. Thank you for tuning in. Last week was an amazing week with Jasper's. We were the guys behind the scenes doing all three streams in a day. Soren would do the midday one, Caleb the afternoon, and I would do the evening. And it was just mind-blowing how much support we ended up getting. It was so much fun. The people in the streams, the DMs, the players, the people in Twitch chat just giving all the support. It was absolutely amazing. So up on this side up here we have Caleb. He is one of our senior programmers, and up on this side we have Soren Bock, who is our main producer, and I will pass you over to Soren first.
Hello. As Clint said, I'm the producer. I've been on one of these Just Chatting streams before. I'm usually the silent voice in the ear for most of our streams. When it comes to people hosting, I also am the project manager and kind of de facto kind of holder together of all things when everyone else is kind of busy doing everything else. So I keep all the teams together, maintain communication, a whole bunch of stuff. Then I've just been slowly training Caleb to kind of take some of the streaming burden, and now I've roped Clint into it. So because we needed a third person for Jasper's.
I mean, half of it is having a stable internet connection.
Yep.
Let's be real here.
But yeah, like
your pool of people in the company is pretty small because of that.
My whole thing was that it was just out of necessity. No one else was able to stream, so then I was just the one who had to learn it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly, in Australia.
So Caleb, tell us about yourself.
Hello, I am the senior programmer in Audacious, working on Ardent Roleplay and other projects. For the most part, I'm behind the scenes in everything. So not only am I behind the scenes in the stream, I'm behind the scenes in the development of Ardent Roleplay. But apparently, I'm here now. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, so today what we really wanted to do was we wanted to share some of the highlights of our week, what we found really interesting, and what we hope you'll find interesting too. But they're little snippets, or just a bit of a mash together of each different points in each game. We're going to start with Caleb, who had the very first 2 games because Soren was away.
And apparently my voice is on a delay, so I just think there's a mismatch between that. But if we can't solve it, we can't solve it. That's fine.
But take it away, Caleb. Game 1, day 1, game 1.
I had a double shift on Monday, so I had game 1 and game 2, which was more exhausting than what you'd think.
Sorry about that.
Nah, it's fine. I just lesson learnt. 3 hours is enough. Because for everyone at home, we've swapped scenes. For everyone at home, it's actually bizarrely tiring. It's like as if you're in front of the camera, but you're not. But you're keeping everyone else on the camera. I likened it before in the pre-show to being on a stage, but I
like herding cats.
Herding cats too. So you're herding cats to go on a stage. Let's combine the metaphors there. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to play just a bunch of clips from the show itself, and as well as going through the VODs and playing some of the. So we've actually got some of the videos here timestamped as well, just some of the bits that we thought were cool. But we're going to start with this one, which was Matt Brown's game, or AKA Split the Party. He and Alex, Lindsay, Chris, Josh, Scarlet Moth, and Cam were a fabulous start to the week. It was just a joy to have Matt on. He's such an energetic GM, and I had my first game with Matt, and then my last game at the end of the week with Matt. So it was a great way to tie it off. So let's play the time where the crew entered a floating device of some sort to get onto a floating city.
All right. Okay, please make sure you're all safe, hold hands, or whatever you need to do to feel secure. And they start weaving the magic. Oh, also, one final note, if you actually do find yourself falling off the disc, please note that Sora and I need to actually keep casting the spell or we will all die. So please attend to yourselves during this. It will feel like that roller coaster ride in Waterdeep where it shoots your intestines all the way through your abdomen. So just be aware of the G-forces you are about to experience.
I love that one.
It's a good ride. The mages just shake you up and down really fast. And with that, they just go straight up into the air. Like the disc is about 1 inch thick and it's translucent blue and it just goes straight up into the air. And you are roaring through these clouds at this point, passing through a couple layers. And you see the stunning vista around you. You see the mountains in the west. You see the sanctuary where you came from in the north.
Well, that cut off rather dramatically. And I'm next going to play. So we thought that was quite funny with how that worked. But I'm next going to play. Let me grab. I think this is the clip here where. Let me get my links here. The thing that became quite prominent throughout the stream, which was
wild magic.
Wild magic.
Yeah, no.
You want to explain wild magic to us, Soren?
So anyone who's played D&D has had that one player who joins in on their game and decides, you know what's fun? Chaos. And so they play a wild magic sorcerer, especially when they're a first-time player and they don't even know how spells work yet. So we thought it'd be a good idea to have that as a donation option. And as a result, it turned out very popular, which actually went to an extreme when Sarah decided to add the deck of many things as well. But we don't talk
Don't
about
worry,
that.
I've got a clip for that.
And yeah, so basically the idea was there's a whole bunch of random spell options and people could donate and that would result in just random havoc that would often derail games or make them run overtime, which is all the best for a host who's only has 30 minutes between games and has to get them ready for the next one.
I'm pretty sure most of my games ran overtime because of wild magic.
But it ends up working really well. And boy, do people like donate for that. And which is, I think, is half the reason why we managed to generate as much money as we did for the for Jasper's game day.
Well, we'll play this one, which was I think I won't spoil it. Let's just play this.
Back at the
77 on the Wild Magic
team, and you got 77. 77. Can you make a wisdom save for me?
Oh, no.
Sure.
Oh dear.
9.
Oh, buddy. You're in the armor, right? You're in the armor. So you hear yourself and you're like, what's the thing you say to the last thing you say to Snap or Nuxuli?
The last thing.
Or you start not being able to talk common or any of your normal languages.
Yeah. So I think as we're like kind of observing that, you know, there's this maybe this mass floating out in the sky, I'll be like, well, that seems really bad.
Yeah.
And just cease to communicate.
Well, you don't cease to talk, but what comes out instead is meh, as you have been polymorphed and your mech suit into a sheep mech, and you turn into a sheep for the spell's duration. So you now have a mechanical for an hour. Oh man! So you have a mechanical.
Oh my god!
Suit.
So an hour of mech sheep.
I feel like sheep is the recurring theme. Like it's one option out of something like 14 different options on that table. Yeah. And the sheep and pot plant come up very often, surprisingly.
There was two major themes in all of my games that I had in an evening. And if they didn't get turned into a sheep, whenever they were all either hoping for that or a pot plant, or whenever Greased would get cast on someone with wild magic, you'd get a surge of people donating to try and get them also to be casting Fireball to set them on fire. And it was ridiculous. Just how many people, like each time 3 or 4 people would donate Wild Magic Surge after sheep or after a grease.
Yeah, so this was the first sheep of the week that spawned the week-long meme of the sheep, and of which Lauren, our resident artist, who's sitting over there next to me and currently posting in chat. No, not you. I don't know who's logged in, but posting the sheep and pot plant that we made as an emote in honor of that.
So one of the things I feel like that's people may not realize is like I tried to make the streams because like Clint was a first-time streamer when he did this, right? He'd never streamed a game in his life.
No.
Caleb had done some streaming prior. He'd also hosted a couple of our streams, so he was pretty familiar. So I was confident he could handle it. But I needed to make it so that it was, for the lack of a better term, foolproof for the most part. And Matt was one of the first people to derail that. Because like I built it for like virtual tabletops with Theater of the Mind. I built one for Ardent so I could handle it. And then Matt threw a curveball at me and goes, "Hey, I like to use Photoshop. Can you make that happen?" And I was just like, "Oh no, I don't think I can."
It ended up being relatively simple, but I think at the time you were dealing with a billion different things all at once.
And
just
because of the amount of brain space that I had left trying to finish everything before I went away on a camping trip, like it was like a 2-day conversation just trying to figure it out. And eventually I'm like, "Can we just do this?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, sure." And I'm like, "Is that for real?" And
then Sirenscape got thrown in.
Yep. And there's a number of these little curveballs where like I thought I had like 99% of things covered, and then we just kept getting weird little things thrown at us to change.
You'll notice
by the end of it, I think I had to actually hand off a bunch of stuff to Caleb to finish off for me.
Oh yeah, I had to work on the weekend to finish off a bunch of stuff because I was like, well, Soren's not here, so I guess I'm doing it.
Yeah, and then like just prep us because like Soren said, my first time doing anything over the weekend, I'm like picking Caleb's brain, trying to say, "Oh, what if this happens?" So he's basically got me set up in case anything goes wrong. So thanks for that, Caleb. I appreciate that, and thanks.
I mean,
Soren.
it went wrong anyway.
Clint got volunteered because he had a good internet connection.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
As I said, pool of people's relatively small.
Mm-hmm.
Just on Sirenscape, you'll notice that for my first 2 games at least, I forgot to disable the noise gate. So the Sirenscape would only come through when people would talk.
You'll notice that in one of my games. Yeah. My first game, I had the same problem.
I should have mentioned it. Yeah, I managed to fix it in time for Sean's game, which was, we got there enough. But yeah, it ended up being real simple to fix that, which was good.
I just got DMs to end up choosing like a copyright-free URL from YouTube that I just put a browser in and just played that in the background, which ended up being really worthwhile. So,
yep. I'm now going to move the clip to the first draw of the Deck of Many Things, which ended up catastrophically derailing the game. So much so that Matt's Saturday game, he decided to intentionally make the game as fluid as possible so as to not be completely derailed. It was actually we'll get to that when we get to the final game, the final day. But so this is the first Deck of Many Things draw.
And he's like, "Look, they're all, this is for you, and this is for you." And he hands you a bag of each. I'm just going to roll a d6 on this one. 2. Nuxuli, you look in your bag and you see a card.
Oh no. Oh no.
I love their expressions.
She just starts hissing.
And metagaming so hard.
And on the back of it, there is a very ornate pattern. And you know what that is. But once you look at it, something happens.
Hey, Horace.
Yeah.
This is not good.
Horace, I'm guessing I'm seeing Nuxuli's hissing at the bag.
Yes.
Horace, I think there is something in there that's Noxuli doesn't like. She doesn't really like cards. She's had
Okay. Is it like a playing card?
Yeah, she's had a childhood fear since very young. Would you please remove it and look at it and get rid of it?
Just respect the fact that he was in the
pretty
first
concerned
game
about it. I don't
know. She lost
Chris had
in
a deck of cards
game
with
against gamblers.
Okay, yes, I don't gamble. I have gambling problem. I cannot hold cards. Please stick. I will lose all our money.
Okay, I'll look at the card. And oh no.
Oh gee.
How many cards are there? There's like I can't find a table just to roll on. Right,
Chris has just got them all up.
You just pick one, Matt, if you want.
Yeah. Let's go like middle. Yeah, that one there. Yeah, go that one. Yeah, go that one. Yes, that one.
I don't know how he had any energy left at the end.
You really want to see this?
Is it the is it the freaking void one?
Flames.
Oh no.
Oh.
What's his flames?
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no! Well, Horace, what have you done? Alright, sure. So, for the audience watching, a powerful devil becomes your enemy. The devil seeks your ruin and plagues your life, savoring and suffering before attempting to slay you. This enmity lasts until you or the devil dies.
Wow.
So just for context, they offloaded that to a teenage boy farmer.
Yeah,
the poor kid. What was his name?
Played
Hugo.
in a game with a deck of many things. We drew almost the entire deck by the end because it was a deck of many things one shot. There were some disasters in that deck. I got lucky. I got all the magic item cards. It was great. Everyone else, misery.
Yep, it's well and truly fucked. And the character's just like, oh yeah, NPC. Little boy that we've been hired to protect. Here's a dangerous magical item.
The also for like, I don't like if you haven't watched the actual stream.
Spoilers.
Well,
oh yeah, we've got to do a spoiler announcement.
Spoilers.
The poor guy was trying to help out by like he put a bid on every auction to kind of like get the numbers up, and he ended up outbidding everyone.
Yep,
and he bought almost all the auctions himself.
I believe his words were, when I mentioned it to him, was, "Don't drunkenly go on an auction spree."
And so he ends up in like 10 of the games, including some of the US ones.
I think I had him for 5, I think.
So he was on the first game of this stream, and like there were times where Sarah would message me, Sarah from Meeples, and she'd be like, "Yeah, no, he was in a game when I woke up at like 6 a.m. this morning." Yeah. Like,
let's talk about Chris for a moment here, because according to our information, Chris was in 10 games in our Aussie week.
I watched
plus however many he was on the American one.
Yeah, he was in like I saw him in 4 or 5 of them.
Did he quit his job, or did he just like?
He was still working apparently. I don't know how.
Like, I don't understand. And his hair like looking at him now here, I think his hair got grayer throughout the week.
Wait, you know what? Let's just try and find an older clip to see where Chris has gone. See if he looks more disheveled. Oops, we're playing.
Oh no, he definitely does. Like if you click that last link that I did, because he's in the last game of the week as well. Like,
yeah, I think that's him there. Oh no, are we going to get an ad? No, we're not. That's the intro. Oh no, that's the goodbye stream. This is it. Let's just jump into the middle here.
Yeah, this is the last game. See, look at him. He looks pale. He looks pale.
He looks pale, and I think his hair is going like a shade grayer.
Oh no, let's just quickly do a side by side here.
Yeah,
of
his forehead
before and after Chris.
Wow.
Like his face was redder.
His youth and optimism.
Hair was browner.
He has a smile. He has a smile on the left. It's more of a smirk on the right.
Aspirational when he got started, and then he was the jaded old wizard at the end.
Yeah.
We congratulate Chris and thank you very much for his contribution.
We're sending him some merch. He deserves it.
Yeah. We specifically made the MVP award. Or I don't even know if that was the official name, because we're like, he deserves it. He's just carried some of those games. It was amazing.
And the And the donations. I mean, like,
oh yeah, he was donating all week too.
Yeah,
but he was doing the American streams, and he was donating in the American streams, hoping to get the magic surges and get, you know, try and get the total party kills in those. So then, like, we'd have the guys from Texas. They'd come in and they'd donate to try and get the total party kills against him.
Yeah. He and George, like, throughout all the games that I was in, systematically just tried to, like, I don't know if any of you watch, like, pro wrestling, but you know what a heel is?
Sorry, I was laughing at the idea of me watching wrestling. Continue.
Like, they were both playing the heel in chat, where they're just like, come get me, chat. You can't handle what I've got.
You can't handle it, yeah.
Yeah, like, they were like goading them into getting, like, and then, like, every time they got disadvantaged, they're like, no, I got this. And, like, the whole time, through the whole week, they managed to keep this up.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh, it was the best.
Chris would also donate during his own games against other players. Which I thought was very amusing, that he'd wild magic other people in his party just to see what would happen.
I see NVCDM in the chat.
Yes, hello.
Good old Ironbert. He definitely donated a couple of wild magic surges at you, buddy.
Yeah. So, yeah, we got some good donations out of you.
There were
some doozies.
So what's next on the cards?
What's next
Caleb?
is the result of the deck of many things being drawn, in which the demon comes for poor Horace. Which let's talk about Horace, because
poor kid Horace.
Matt's voice for Horace is just amazing. Yeah. I love it. Just this poor scared English teenager,
and he just like chews off all the fire. The next thing you see is like a scaly red creature just like slam down onto this crate over on my map here. A huge category red dragon, but it's not alone. It looks to be fairly young.
Oh God!
The problem that's happening with this thing.
Matthew, then. It's
got something standing on its neck right now. And that creature is also equally large, with a big kind of clawed foot, big fiery wings, and a crown of like just like spikes, and almost like an aura that feels like as thick as blood, but you can't see any blood. And there is just a huge demon just like standing on the dragon's neck right now.
Demon or devil?
I can't remember what my deck of many things drew, so whatever I said for that.
A devil for the flames.
Okay, it's a devil then.
That works.
The powerful devil becomes your enemy. A devil is standing on this dragon right now, and it's just looking around at all of you going, this is a good place to be.
Oh, him? Do we know that? Do devils speak Abyssal? What do
they speak? Infernal.
Oh, they speak Infernal. Okay, never mind.
So I can help with that. Understood that.
Yeah, you can help with that.
Abyssals are demons.
I know. That's why I was like, is it a demon or a devil?
No, okay, it is a devil.
Okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Infernal, sir?
They kind of just like look down at you, and you see like wafting in the wind. It looked to be kind of a cape, but it's not actually a cape. It is hundreds of overlaying pieces of scroll and fabric, all with like red writing on each one, forming this kind of like flowing garment they have on their back.
Cape of purity seals.
What can I do for you?
And she's saying all of this in Infernal as well, so all you hear is what why dragon you what is happening?
Well, I found this one floating in the air, and I thought, well, would be a good trophy, wouldn't it? And then I saw, well, the object of my ire just standing down there. You know, that, you wouldn't mind just standing aside. I'll be done very quickly. I just need that boy's soul. Pointing straight at Horace, and Horace is just like, where?
What did he do exactly?
What hasn't that little boy done?
Look, that's a good point, to be fair.
You stand in his way.
I'm just waiting for him to use Horace's voice.
What do you mean you said it? You were hired to do this! You're literally hired!
He can't understand me. I'm speaking Infernal.
Oh, damn it!
Oh, jeez!
I just love Horace's voice that he does. It's amazing. Yeah. I think that's a recurring character in Matt's games.
Matt is like one of the friendliest people I've spoken to. Like I've run a couple of games for him in the past, and having him just turn into an ominous demon that almost sounds seductive, is really, really strange.
Yeah, like when he said it, it was really like, oh, got to snap to attention. But speaking of snapping to attention, I see a D20 in chat.
Chris.
Hey, he's alive.
Yeah, you missed us. You missed us talking about you just before, buddy.
How many days did you spend asleep? I know I slept for almost a day after.
I slept for 2. I slept for 2 days. But
I wasn't quite as tired as you guys, but I did take the Sunday and Monday off. A very tired call to my mother on Sunday for Mother's Day. Very low energy Sunday.
What got me about the first game is it really showed like the first game really set the pace for everyone else. And like the dedication of the players, it didn't drop off. It was, it was really amazing. Like I loved Scarlet Moth was really good, like with her cosplay, and I mean it just, the interaction with those guys just beginning really, like, it just set a high point for me. And it's like I just remember watching this one and thinking, oh geez, I just hope the rest are like this, And I wasn't disappointed.
Yeah, it actually had a bit of everything. Like it had the randomness from the wild magic. It had the chaos of all that, and it also had just like, I think all of the players here that you see on screen they're all their own kind of archetype of players in like a good way, like of all the different ways people approach role play, and I think that was really cool to have.
Yeah, so apparently Chris didn't.
Yeah, no, see. Well, I hope
he just became a full zombie.
I hope you rested up at some point, Chris.
All right, what do you got next?
Good question. I think that's all I had for that game in terms of clips.
Yep, next game.
But yeah, we were kind of talking about just more broadly, just about how the tone was set and all that. And so yeah, it was really, really great. We raised almost 1,000 in that first stream. Let me actually just go to the end here.
First day.
Yeah,
I can't even
first
think
day,
what magic item.
So we got $500 in that first game there, which was nearly a quarter of our first rewards. That was really great. So game 2 was Sean's game. Let me grab all that stuff. So I've got some of the videos from here instead. So we had Sean as the GM for this one. That is the wrong video. I want this one. No, that's the wrong video again. Come on. All right, pausing that. So introducing Sean as the GM here with let me just turn the resolution up on that so I can actually read it. And come on. We had Peter, Hamish, Ben, Eli, Matthew, and Chris once again. I think Chris did all 3 games in that first day.
He did, yeah.
Which I think was, again, a sign of things to come.
Yeah, there was a point in one of my games where Chris was like, do you want me just to stay here? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't actually realize he was going into the next game.
Yeah. The things I wanted to... So Sean's game was good, but the thing I wanted to talk about was his use of face tracking AR stuff. I actually can't remember the software that he uses.
Lenses.
Is Lenses? Is that what it was called?
Yep. Well, he's using Snapcam, but like the tech is called Lenses.
Yep. So I actually thought what he did with that was really, really cool. And so you can see here he's got like a weird fire mohawk thing, which I think is pretty cool. I think he said that he makes the lenses himself. I could be wrong, though.
Oh, he made one for my the character.
I think it's the one we're about to show, which is that one. He does. It says Dragon's Fire, Dragon Sphere, Dragon's Fire.
Yeah, in my game,
Fire.
he said that it was his, like the one he was wearing for that character was the first one he'd ever made.
Ah, yep, cool.
Is that the one where it goes all dark?
Yeah. So we'll just
cool.
play. We'll just
really
play.
Cool.
We'll play that
and
talk about
warps and bubbles and boils.
Yeah, this is the one I was. That is so cool.
And it turns.
That is really freaking cool.
Into its true form of a large mimic.
Look at the player's eyes looking at it.
I mean, you can't see me in this clip, but I was doing a similar face.
Yeah, they. I think he was put onto them by Alicia during the game that we ran. With,
oh yeah, she
like,
did.
B-Dave and stuff.
Alicia
she
did
was
do that,
like
didn't she?
midstream would just be like, because she was playing this weird undead character, would just be like, and like her face would change along with the lens. It was really cool.
Yeah. So I just think that's really, really cool use of it. Because like for the most part, it's like in terms of technology, it's like not gimmicky, but like kind of one use. But for roleplay, it actually has a continued and interesting kind of application.
Especially now, like we've dabbled in a couple. We made a wizard's hat or two in like.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about
that. For the Facebook lenses, just because we wanted to give it a go.
It was all right.
Yeah.
I mean, our ones were all right. They weren't amazing.
I think some of ours are actually partially ported to Snapcam. Look at that.
Okay.
I don't know, but yeah. So that's all that's all for me for day one. I think it's now your turn, Clint. For game 3.
Game 3 was the first of my streams, and it was amazing. Like, I mean, just being able to do it, like technically at the very start when sound didn't come through, and we fixed that immediately. But the first clip I've got is with Michaela as the DM, that's Shane and Nikki from BD&D, Chris again, Nick at NVCDM, so Ironbert, Promethean, and Andy from Healed by Wounds. This first clip that I've got.
Sorry, just before we move on, I just want to point out that NVCDM's costume here is bloody amazing.
It's
with the beard and the wig and
the two clips I've got, both. I think they show the core of Ironbert, I think. So the first one is Michaela and his form of storytelling. He got me to also, like, he wanted to play this music in the background. So his voice and the music and the story and the immersion of the players was real. So that's what the first clip is. So, and that goes for a couple of minutes.
Well, before we start it then, we want to say hello to Saz the Meeple there. One of the Meeples and Dragons. Welcome back.
That's right, Saz. Michaela did definitely start us with the dancing. And it was inspirational.
All right, well, let's give this a play.
This lion figure approach. He holds this apple in his right hand. You can see this soft brown fur covering his arm, and he walks towards you. And then in his other hand appears just there a platter of bananas, of cherries, of coconuts, of other things that you've never seen before. And they move on their own accord, back and forth, jittering.
It's like, you look at all the players and they think, what the f*** is going on with this fruit?
Blue cape behind him, and beyond him, but behind him, this forest of beautiful pine trees, and these pine cones that dot the ground. He walks up onto this stone platform that you are seated on. And as he walks closer, he says, "So, welcome."
I just love his voice.
Welcome all. Welcome to Vim. You are in Vim, a world of pleasures, of happiness, of true emotion. No one suffers here. It is a land of peace. And he holds out the apple as it, on its own accord, splits into 6 even pieces. And inside you can see a pinkish flesh with these little blue worms that are within, that are wriggling. As you eat your piece, tell me, who are you? And he hands one to each person. What would you like to do?
Was that weird for anyone else? Like the hole we fell through, some kind of wormhole. Bizarre. Really bizarre. I take out a abacus and just some beans.
I'm doing this. I'm doing this behind the camera.
He managed to one-up a weird situation already.
Oh yeah, wow.
Like that was a weird kind of like tense, awkward the DM had established, and then just randomly he just goes boom, one more.
Oh man,
that was a brilliant tension break. Just with that accent.
yeah. No, it was great. But I was like this behind the scenes, and it was like, hang on, what if something happens? Like I'm trying to clear the eyes, look for Tiltify rewards.
Yeah.
It was just it was awesome.
The abacus.
So the next clip is actually probably my favorite piece in the game, just with the role play and the storytelling. So it starts off with the purple worm and more. And it goes for a few minutes as well.
Let's go. Before we start though, let's fix up the cropping, because when I full screen it, it kind of cuts some stuff off on the stream. I can see. I'm losing some stuff on the right there.
Okay, let me have a look real quick.
Just so we can. Oh, that's the wrong scene.
That's the wrong scene. Yeah. I'll
probably play it while you're fixing it, actually, because the funny thing is that. For me personally, once I stop my game that I've hosted, I rarely watch the others. I usually just like sit in. I usually mod the chat, but and sometimes I'll tune in, but I don't watch the entire thing. So most of these clips I'm going to be like seeing for the first time as well, same as a bunch of other people. So, all right, I'm going to hit play while you do that.
Okay.
Roar of sounds coming out of this environment, and this purple worm just appears, and as it gets higher and bigger and larger, you recall straight away that you had a very tough time overcoming this creature. Einbert, Faney, and Morgaine, you all fell unconscious in this battle and almost died as this creature suddenly stops, and a silence is cast over the land at the moment. But then you see it start to lean over and start to lean in your direction downward, and start to fall. Its weight pushing it, gravity pushing it downward. I need oh, wow. Okay. Scruffy, thanks to the Raven Queen again. Another 2 magic surges. Thank you so much, the Raven Queen. Wow.
Well done.
Could you please do 2 of them? Give me both numbers.
So the worm leans over. That's a wormhole.
51.
51.
Mm-hmm.
And the Raven Queen has a revenge, 42.
Okay. Ooh, 42. Okay. Okay.
Wonderful.
They both occur almost instantaneously, as though a defense mechanism that you've never seen Scruffy really use before. But as it starts to crash on top of you, you feel yourself, Scruffy, get you see actually this shield of silver over the top of you, and you look up and for a second you feel relieved that you get a bit of protection from this creature, but then you know nothing as everyone else looks on and sees that Scruffy in his place is now a potted plant.
He's just disappointed. Look at his face.
I have a clean plan.
It's like,
you're Scruffy.
What kind of plant?
And
is he
what kind of plant?
talking fruit?
It is a beautiful orange tree in its infancy, but you see a couple of fruits already there, and they've got eyes.
I guess we're gonna
you, Scruffy?
Well, no, we're gonna have to change his name to Scrubby, I guess.
Listen to the puns. The puns just don't stop rolling.
As the creature crashes down, I need everybody to make dexterity saving throws.
As it's coming down,
please.
I would like to use an ability. This is called
Start.
Adjust Density.
Okay.
And so what happens is I can magically alter the weight of one object or creature within 30 feet. And the target's weight is, I would like it to be halved.
Half weight. Okay. Does it get a saving throw?
It does not.
Fantastic. So
that's a great
with
spell.
that, the creature still looks like it's crashing down on you. However, only the weight is affected. Is that correct, Einbert?
Yeah, just the weight. The size is the step.
Good to know.
I would like to grab hold of its scales, grab hold of Scuffy, do a stylish acrobatic style thing, and ride its collapse crash down.
Okay.
Before you can do that, though, I would like to use Bones of the Earth. And we're going to lift 6 pillars of earth up underneath it to essentially try and catch it before it actually falls onto us completely.
I can still run up it then.
You can absolutely still ride up it.
Well,
it just won't look as cool, which I feel like...
Hey, I'll do a performance check on the way or something, man. We'll for performance and acrobatics for you, Fanny.
The second MVP of the stream is Chris's backgrounds, because they were always on point.
Yeah, and he only
really
gets
funny.
more prepared as the week goes on.
Yeah.
Like, it's terrifying. He started out with some rando stuff, and then as the week goes on, he starts like getting more specific.
They become like animated too as well. He's like, he just collects these movie files to just.
I'm pretty sure he's just sitting in like OBS himself on the virtual cam, and he's just got a bunch of scenes laid out ready to go.
The sheep backgrounds were great, as Lauren just said. But I think it was in the previous game with Sean as well that you got sent to the astral plane as well. So your characters just had unlucky times with wild surges.
I think he brought it on himself with the visits into the American streams.
Yeah,
so
he was the heel.
Yeah.
He was there to be stepped on.
You poked the bear with the Americans, and then they came back, which was awesome.
Was that all for day one?
That was everything that for day one. We did hit
cool.
We did hit the $1,000 halfway mark. At the end of
as you watch
at that stream.
Yep.
Well, actually, it was about halfway through the stream that we hit the $1,000, which was still amazing. We ended up with like $1,300, I think, at the end of the night, which was just like at the end of the stream. I was talking.
Didn't we break 2K on the first day?
No, the second day we broke.
No, it was the second day. Yeah, that's right.
We got up to like $1,270 or something. But I was talking to Lauren. Right near the end of the stream, and just like even then, just like we're gonna make $2,000 by if this keeps up tomorrow. So it was just it was awesome.
Yeah, roughly $1,000 a day. We went for 6 days, and by Saturday it was just over 6,000. So that was surprisingly consistent. Well, I would have expected some like ramp up, but it was pretty linear almost.
Yeah. At the end of the second game on day 5, we're at like 5,200, and we made like $900 in the last stream.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Right.
I found that like the first games that we ran from midday to like 3, like they seem to generate the least overall. but like that's kind of expected. There was an overlap there with the American streams. Plus, there was also like everyone was at work.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That the overlap with the American stream was a bit unfortunate, but
the like evening streams blew up almost every night.
Yeah,
like great.
Your games popped off, Clint.
kept me busy, I can tell you that much.
Yeah,
it gave me a little bit of creative license too, because a lot of people would just donate money without actually putting in things. So someone donated like $30. So I'd say, that's 3 magic surges.
I don't. Oh,
I wasn't quite that
had like
liberal.
2 or so donations that weren't rewards, and I was like, shouldn't I? Meh.
Yeah, I had a few at the start that weren't marked as rewards that I just went.
Like I had a few donations that I got where they were like $30 Wild Surge, and I'm like, are you buying 3? Or is this a one-time thing? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
if they specified and went over, I just said they're multiples. Is what I ended up doing.
Yeah. Well, I felt like Chris was getting so much of the attention, and like I think I had him 5 out of my 6 games. So
it's not surprising.
Yeah. So I'd lay the love everywhere else as well. So shared the love. It made the DM's lives incredibly hard. But that was
props to all of the DMs who were able to keep up with the bullshit that chat was throwing at them.
Yeah. No, it was a credit to them to be able to keep what little control they had over the players. But that was the end of my first day. So the very next day, Soren was back from camping and hacking and slashing.
Exhausted and dead. I went to a LARP event and then came back, spent 3 days wearing armor. And then I was like, cool. Oh. Fortunately, I had like energy-wise, the game that AJ ran was actually one of probably the more soothing games that I ran over the whole week. Yeah, so it actually was like a really nice kind of entry-level thing. That's not to say that it wasn't just a disaster of a game. That was just implied by the nature of Jasper's. But yeah, like the clip that I have, unfortunately, I didn't prep a link for Caleb, so I'm going to make his life a little harder. Like with my one, it was actually like this was one of my first wild surges of the week. And it was literally like overall the moment was kind of cool, but it's actually what comes later on when you realize that like there was a reason why like the players were reacting the way they were, and this became like a recurring thing, is when the wild surges were happening, people kept talking about like how in their past games this had happened.
Yeah. And that's how the sheep meme came about. Is like, oh, this has happened before. Yeah. And then people started trying to just aim for the sheep, which I'm not 100% sure that's how the Wild Magic table works. But, the GM's definitely were leaning in on that. And I think
this game was this the only game we had that was an all-female game?
Yeah, I think so, actually.
Yeah, because which was great to see. I feel like the energy was completely different in this one.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, it felt less manic than the other ones.
Well, everyone except Carrie was less manic. Carrie,
that's true.
Carrie was a goblin in disguise.
Oh, don't worry, I'll be talking about goblins shortly. Do you have a timestamp for what you're talking about? Because I can't see it.
It's an hour 12.
Now at 12. All right, you're gonna get 11:30 because I can't get any closer.
Go.
Yes.
Oh,
wow.
Can you give us some flashy lights before we get started?
I rolled a 14, by the way.
Okay. You found a little entrance in the glowing moss that you could probably dig into and get under the stage in an emergency.
My glowy butt will blend in fine until it disappears.
This was where I realized this was an Australian stream.
Rosie, what is your plan for performing?
It's a very Australian accent.
I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Mila, give me some lights. We're gonna dazzle them.
I'm gonna bust out some thaumaturgy. I probably just pronounced that wrong. Sorry, everybody. I've only read it, never said it. Is it thaumaturgy? Thaumaturgy. Thaumaturgy.
I think she got it right the first time and then butchered it.
What I'm going to do is I can cause flames to take on colors and flicker. So all the flames like around the stage are like going to flicker and like rotate through like a rainbow of colors. There's like a rainbow of colors rippling across the stage. It's very dramatic. And and I'm also going to have like, you know, like that real low bass tone that you get at concerts when they like flick the speakers and you get the I'm gonna have one of those that's gonna like radiate from the center of the stage so all the lights start flickering. It's like that, like exactly like I did with my hands.
Perfect. Do you need to, I feel like you need to roll something to see how well this goes.
I'll roll a performance check if you want.
Yeah, definitely roll a performance check for me.
Pray for me, everybody. This could be bad. Oh, I don't know what my performance bonus is. Let's find out. Okay, we got a 10. So
perfect. You see, from what you described, maybe half of that seems to go well. The other half of your lights and gadgetry seems to just spark and fizzle. Little bits of smoke rising up from them. And one of them, I believe that we've had a Wild Magic Surge donation. So I'm going to roll for the table to see what actually happens.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yes, indeed. Using the... Ooh, okay.
If it's something dramatic, Mila's going to be like, yeah, I did that.
Mila, your skin turns a vibrant shade of blue.
I'm blue, but
yeah. Well, that's never happened before.
It looks beautiful. Should we be concerned, though?
Let us see how long it lasts, and then we can decide whether we are concerned or not.
Okay.
This is, I'm not sure if this makes me more or less conspicuous, though.
And they play it really well because, like,
I think
that's
like,
great.
Later on, like, it's like 2 hours in, they start talking about how like AJ was running a campaign for Karen, and like that's not the first time her characters turn blue in a game. And like because it's this recurring kind of theme that it's like apparently Wild Surge has just turned me blue now. And like
that's great.
AJ's amazing too. Like she was basically playing stream mom the whole time, where like even before we got started, she's checking in with everyone, making sure everyone's all good. And like at the end of it, I'm like dying because I didn't sleep properly the night before. And she's like, "Are you gonna be okay?" Like it was actually really, really good.
That is lovely. What do we have next? Oh, sorry, Clint.
I was just gonna say, it's like that was one of the. I took most of my breaks in early afternoon because I'd come back and then I'd find something from one of the jams or something that I had to deal with. But AJ's game was one of the first like the midday ones that I actually watched all the way through. And I just I got to agree with Lauren and NVC. Like she's just a great DM. Like she's seamless in her transitions.
If you want to see seamless, let's go to like 3 hours on the dot.
3 hours on the dot.
Well, we're right at the end there. Let me try and get it. All right, you got 20 seconds before 3 hours.
Yeah. It has, yes.
And I'm just like trumpeting up there with the key, just like la da 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 da. All right, let's open this bad boy up.
That's what I mean when I say Carrie's just a goblin.
All right, you make your way into. You just open the door.
I'm just kind of standing there like, Adeline, you want me?
Can I do a magic kind of check as we could get to the door, just in case there's some magical thing on the other side waiting to ruin my evening? 16.
There doesn't seem to be any magical aura inside or outside of this room.
Okay, I think it's just a door.
Give it a knock.
A very tired and bleary-eyed human opens it, rubs his eyes and looks up at Adeline and immediately bursts into tears.
Aww.
Adeline.
Money bloke.
Please, come in. Oh, cool. It's fine. He goes back inside the room after hugging and being reunited with his daughter. He eventually opens up a chest and starts pulling out individual bags. Thank you so much for your help. Honestly, I don't think that I could have done it myself. Where was she? Is she safe? Are you okay, Adeline? Yes, Father, I'm fine.
Can I check? Is there magic still hovering around her?
It is, yes. Very faintly now.
So it's fading away.
From what you can tell.
Except you just saw the big D20 donated $10.
She have some. She was under a spell, so there is some residual magical aurora. Maybe see your local wizard or sorceress. Just get it checked out. It appears to be going away on its own, but you never know. If you see a weird man dressed in black leather, stay the hell away.
I like that's good advice for everyday life.
As Peter, this father, his hands start lighting up in this soft glow, and he sort of hovers them over his daughter, just checking her over.
Oh.
As he does so.
Oh no.
Convenient.
We've been gifted another world.
That is flawless, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Who will turn blue this time?
Okay, so. Oh no!
This is where AJ broke it. She couldn't keep it together.
Yeah.
Okay, Aurora. You see this glowing light from this man, and it's so close to your shinies that you reach out almost protectively, like you don't want them to be affected by any kind of magic. As you knock against this man, Peter, 3 people around you that you get to choose take 4d10 lightning damage.
Was it TPK in your plan, AJ?
Apparently it is. Dorora, which 3 creatures do you choose?
I would just like to point out that I have the healing spell.
Well, we already have our money, so let's go with Jug, the dude, and his daughter. Well, Jug's. Listen, Jug can take it. Jug can take it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
We'll get you. We'll. I'll get some band-aids. I'll get some band-aids.
Okay.
I do think I have the most hit points out of anyone here.
Exactly.
All right, who dies? Let's find out.
Sure. Oh. 4d10 damage. Are you rolling or?
Yeah, I'm rolling and it's bad.
I'm running on 3 spell slots, guys.
I have a few healing spells too.
It's all right, ladies. We already got paid.
I don't feel bad if we accidentally kill them on the way out. Jesus.
And they're dead.
It's not the first time it happened.
Oh my god. What is it?
So,
who else but Dorora?
You watch as Dorora knocks Peter out of the way and his hands light up aggressively with a wild magic. Himself holding on to his daughter both take 28 points of lightning damage as lightning crackles in the room, causing it to bubble up against Peter and his daughter, reflecting back and hitting Jug for the same amount of damage.
Oh!
Yeah. Oof is right.
How much damage was that again?
28.
Oh. I have 31, so I'm on 3.
Harry is way too pleased with herself.
Yeah. I love her so much.
It's like shaking Jug.
I'm alive. I can hear you.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Mr. Tiny.
A dude and his daughter alive. They are not. They are quite charred from lightning damage, holding on to each other in pain. You see the two bodies in front of you.
Holy shit! At least we got to see each other.
Oh my god!
This is really gonna hurt our repeat business, guys.
Can I just cast Cure Wounds on Adeline and see if that does anything? I mean, go for it.
Is there anything more to that? That was amazing.
My favorite part is they basically run off into the distance. They just like faded to darkness because it's like they just killed the client and the hostage.
Oh no.
And then AJ just stops at the end and goes, "So do you guys want to do this again?"
That was
so this could
definitely
end up being
Chris's
more
fault.
games.
Chris,
I love it.
That was 100% Chris's fault. Oh, that's amazing. And you're right
Yeah.
about a smooth transition. She worked that in beautifully.
Yeah.
She killed poor Adeline and her father. Chris killed him.
You bastard.
Bastard.
You know what you did.
That's the end of that game.
Yeah. So.
Oh dear. Right. Well.
Caleb in game 2.
Yeah, game 2. It's been an hour, just to mention. So let's just to note the time. Where is my game? I said I'd bring up goblins again. And goblins there shall be, because this game was nothing but goblins.
I remember this game.
Yep, this was an all goblin campaign, and it was a treasure. I loved it.
The goblins.
So we've got Brad from Hobbled Goblins, Adam, Amelia, Sean, Lydia. Lydia. There's 2 ways to pronounce that now. And I think before we spoil it, I just want to say I just love the premise of just like low stake campaigns that are high stake for the characters, because goblins are so small and yet they care so much about so little.
Literally played in a goblin game where our whole job was just to steal like a shiny rock.
I actually eventually discovered that my favorite characters to play were goblins, because you could just be this little, like, it's so easy to role play something because you're like, shiny rock, most important thing in my world, and don't you dare try and take away my shiny rock. I think my favorite character was a druid named Grundlegrug, whose entire deal was that he was very dumb, wasn't very wise, but he was very strong for his size. So he just transformed into like giant creatures and just like eat people. It was amazingly fun.
Whenever I think of
the LARP community,
whenever I think of the like goblins, you know, I think more of Lord of the Rings goblins, like in The Hobbit with the Goblin King. But when I think oh, shiny rock, I always think Bapu out of the first Dragonlance Chronicles. So a gully dwarf, when they go to they go into like a temple that's of Mishkil that's like all broken and fallen down, and it's inhabited by all these gully dwarves, and there's the Draconians and a black dragon in there, and Bapu is this little gully dwarf that like has shiny little rocks, and she goes rat and wants to give like a rat to Rasslin to eat because rats are tasty, obviously. But that's what I sort of always equate to. Ooh, shiny rock.
I'm not sure if it's I'm too young or you're too old, but I got no idea what the hell you're talking about. What?
Dragonlance is just it's a series.
It's a series of novels in the D&D universe.
Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. Yeah, Dragonlance.
Right. Okay. Must be me then. Must be me then. All right. We're gonna watch some dwarfs and how these guys got introduced.
I was a Pool of Radiance kid.
Yeah, me too.
Excuse me. All right, let me just...
You start to sing. the Licktoad song.
All right.
So this Licktoad song is going to be for everyone. Pick your favorite tune. Off you go. I put the lyrics up on the screen.
You count us in, ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's count us in. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, go.
We make rain.
The love to the
That's actually perfect.
Which is about what it sounds like when goblins decide to sing.
Perfect.
That was.
I just. The bit I love the most about that is that the GM totally just threw him under the bus and went, "All right, sing," and that works better because they don't need to be synchronized.
We actually had a guy at the Laugh event I went to, Nick, who played a goblin called Styx, and that was his whole thing. A whole weekend was just that.
Oh no.
He was the heart of the whole event, and I love it.
Yeah. The thing I like the way they did this game was great because they each character had to write their own like song, which they would just occasionally just start yelling out like when something happened or when they were victorious or something, and it happens a few times, which I thought was excellent. But I thought that summed up the game quite accurately right there. I've got a couple more clips though of them being general goblins. And so some of the goblins had challenges that their chieftain wanted them to do before they went off on their grand quest, going like 300 meters away from the village. And this was the first of the challenges.
Who's Squealy Nord?
Squealy Nord is currently displayed terrifying beast on the screen, also known as a piglet. But for you guys, a terrifying beast. Now, Squealy Nord is utterly terrifying because it eats goblin bodies, so therefore everyone thinks it's going to probably eat you too. It is a piglet though, so like everything. But for you guys, very scary. So this would be a challenge of basically rodeo, as we strap you to a piglet and you have to hold on for 18 seconds.
Rita shoves her hand into one of her pockets and pulls out a pocket of a wedding dress, by the way. She's wearing a wedding dress that doesn't quite fit her and she trips over it every now and then. She's got a little pocket because she always has she always needs access to like a handful of insects. She grabs a bunch, throws them at who just spoke to her, as if in the direction of the piglet. As if, no! I want to do this. I'm not doing this. I can't do this.
Okay, so you're out. I've just been told, by the way, we have a donation from D20. Apparently, I need to have disadvantage on something because he noticed I was lip syncing, apparently, during the sing-off, which was outrageous. So clearly, my singing isn't up to scratch.
Named
so next time I roll something, I will have disadvantage. Thank you for that D20.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. So Retta has volunteered not to dance with Squealy Nord then?
But you good dancer, Rita. I see you before.
Not with this thing, not with it. It's just no, I like
It's got a point. What else?
Okay, fine, I'll do it.
Yes, Rita.
Me, I do it.
Rita. And they take you towards Squealy Nord's pit, which is a large, for a goblin, 10-foot deep pit, 20-foot in diameter. For you guys, it's huge, like a coliseum, basically. And they have taken Squealy Nord over to the side into a little corral area. Little pink piglet, there it is. And you're going to have to jump onto Squealy Nord's back and hold on 3 rounds, okay? Without falling off.
I think I've got disadvantage because someone from Split the Party, Wonder Who, just donated $15 and wants to give me this advantage. So.
There you go. Anything worse than friends? And I mean, worse than enemies are friends. There you go.
Yes.
So what you're going to have to do then, Retta, is you're going to have to jump onto Squealy Nord, and whilst squealing as loud as you can, obviously, because that's how this works, make a ride check, first one with a disadvantage, to see if you can hold on to Squealy Nord's back as he races around. Is there anything you want to do to prep yourself, or you're just going to go for it?
I hike the wedding dress up as much as I can so I don't trip. And then I sort of like tuck down as if I'm going to charge at it head first. And then like empty my pockets full of the fucking insects and stuff as I get ready to bear down on this pig. And I scream as I make my way towards this pig. I'm
leap onto Squealy Nord's back. You're going to do a ride check. You do have a plus 11 to your ride.
Plus 11. Okay. With a disadvantage?
You do have disadvantage to start off with.
Oh, okay.
Thank your friends for that.
Oh, not bad. 28 and then 27.
So you leap onto Squealy Nord's back, grab him, and just wah! Wah! As the pig starts writhing up and down, and you're like, woohoo! Somehow you find a hat. Yeah! Cool. Holding on. I want you to do another check. As Squealy Nord starts to buck and twist, you don't have disadvantage for this one. I think it was in the first one.
Ooh, 18.
Cool. You're managing to hold on. You are nearing your 18-second mark. Can you stick the dismount? One last ride check.
26.
Yes. So after 18 seconds of woohoo, woohoo, you manage to quick dismount of the back. Squealy Nord goes charging off into the other side of the corral, and this kind of stands there looking at you, just as you stand up to thunderous applause. And then you very quickly scurry away from Squealy Nord, who was wandering back toward.
And that was the first challenge. I went through all the challenges, but they were all equally as fun.
So I don't know if it was ever made clear, but they made an exception for us. Specifically, Fenway was when she was talking to people, they were like, "Look, I don't know how to make BG rated. I don't think I can handle this if I can't swear." The Australian stream, usually the American stream was G rated, and the Australian stream has just been yeah, you can swear.
I did specifically say try and keep it PG, and I did need to do a couple of friendly reminders as a few F-bombs slipped out.
Try to tone it down, but it's not disallowed.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's not disallowed, but it's fine.
We did get expressly asked not to let anyone do some C-bombs. I think I had a few close calls where I was like, shh.
That's where I put my line as well. I was like, okay, no C-bombs.
My last call, my last game with Kendall, they were all organising to use the acronyms what a C-bomb, or what an F-bomb, or and
fidget spinner.
Fidget spinner, yeah. But I got him to go I compromised with Battlestar Galactica. Crack.
Okay.
So got them to tone it down a little. They were all egging it on and trying to push the boundaries, which was cool.
What was it at one point? Dragonfire, definitely. Yeah, a few people came into the Australian stream going, we came here expecting this because you're Australian. Come on, swear.
They wanted to see the R18 cut.
Oh,
yeah. Wow. Oh, we could do that easily if we
could do that.
If it wasn't a charity, then it's just your average stream.
I mean, there needs to be an experiment one day just to see if an R-rated D&D stream would actually generate a butt ton of money for charity.
So I'll let.
Yeah, I'm just queuing up the next video while we chat, unless we're good to move on.
Okay, no, show the next video.
I titled this one "Horse Exploding." I mean, I think I just spoiled it, but you know what? Let's just watch it.
Fire damage?
Yes.
Which means it takes 5. And then I need both of you to roll me 1d100.
Both Ritter and Derp?
Yep.
Oh, actually, I've gone too far forward.
If you get above 50, you are...
I have missed the firing of the thing. Let me just go back a bit. Let's see what this says.
So it tries to buck you.
All right, let's go back.
Her magical, beautiful, good luck juju stick, which is a cure light wounds. She goes, all right, whack, and points it at Zengu, who needs a little bit of healing, and I'm gonna let that off.
Cool. You need to poke him. It's touch range.
Okay.
She got real close there.
To poke him, I will move back around, which means everyone loses their bonus from lead from the back, unfortunately. But I'll give him a stabby stab with my good luck juju stick, which is
1d8 plus 1.
4 points back.
4 points of hit points back as the juju stick heals you back up.
Why I feel good? Why I feel good? Ah! Oh! Magic stick.
Meanwhile, you're just holding on to this rocket. Sweet. So it
Look, I got Tassie.
currently Stomp's turn, and Stomp is going to attempt to buck you off. So what is your CMD, Retta?
It is.
Oh, is this the Pathfinder game?
14.
Yep. You got a 13. So it tries to buck you, just like, woo, woo. And Zengo, I believe then the firework goes off.
Yeah. Zengo's going to do a quick bit of like calculus in his head to try and figure out the best trajectory.
Goblin calculus.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, I don't think you can fire this thing without hitting like two of your friends.
Everybody.
Go for it. Burn me more. Just makes me angrier.
Yeah, let it go towards the horse. Or whatever control.
Char grill.
Yeah.
So it just goes flying straight towards the horse. You guys look at it and you just realize, oh shit! I'm gonna need all of you to make me a reflex save to see if you can jump out of the way of this. It's a DC 15. If you get above 15, you take half damage.
Just see, Derp, I
no,
tell you.
Trazzy, you're fine. So is Zengo. It's just going to be Derp and Retta.
8 plus 3, 11.
11.
It hit me.
Derp got a 6. Stomp got an 18. So somehow the horse who gets hit by it takes half damage, but you guys take full. Well, you fired it, Zengo. Roll me 2d6 fire damage.
Oh, does this count as an alchemical weapon as well?
Technically.
That's another d4 on top of that.
Just a casual 2d6 and a d4.
Plus 1. So that's 8, 10, 11.
Did you include my 4 fire damage from my bardic performance?
It's technically not a weapon that he's wielding. It's a separate thing. Probably for the best. So 11 fire damage.
He's trying to kill your party.
5. And then I need both of you to roll me 1d100.
Both Ritter and Derp?
Yep.
Yep.
If you get above 50, you are blind. Below 50, you are deaf.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Cool. As this firework just careens into the horse, explodes. Derp goes one direction, Retta goes the other, and the horse just rears up before falling over backwards, slightly smoldered and steaming on the background. So you both take 11 damage from that.
Everything's black! I'm dead! I'm dead! I'm going to go to heaven!
And
I have so many
later,
things
you
I want
start
to
to
take.
see again.
Oh, thank God.
I'm standing there crispy. I've got only a few strands of hair left. My veil is completely like charred and burnt. And I'm somehow, my wedding dress is still a little bit intact, but she is completely charred. She just,
It's tastefully like here and
You could tell how it slips out sometimes, the swearing, because contextually that was the perfect sense. Firework coming at you while you're on a bucking horse. Oh fuck.
Yeah. No, they were just wow. It just like again, like I say again, it's gone from game to game to game, and it's just the interaction between the players and the way that it's just been so much fun.
And that's game 2. Your turn, Clint.
My turn, which is day 2, game 3. So I had Jared at the GM Chef, Haggard Clint, Angela, which is at Game of Meester, Chris yet again, Atul, Joe at I'm a Good Demon.
I remember this game. You were telling me in the beginning how like it was so hard to actually get the game to work.
Yeah,
and it ended up being one of the best games that we had.
Yeah.
Was this the one with Arkenforge?
No.
What am I thinking of then?
This was just a Roll20 crop.
This was just a Roll20
get
crop.
the maps correct
because Jared was cropping the images to the actual size, cropping the canvas to the actual size. So with the camera being on you know, you had to manipulate the actual
figure
it's
actually,
to go.
It's more of a Roll20 problem than anything.
Yeah. Okay.
But when like people out of habit crop the maps just because they look nice that way. But when you're trying to capture a screen, but you also want to keep like some sidebar or something else, it means that it's always off to the left, which means you got a lot of wasted space. So we try to center the maps. And this is a streamer problem more than anything. But like it was just one of those awkward things. And we were trying to find the sweet spot of like map size to like scrollability so that it didn't look, you didn't have this massive thing on the screen.
Yeah, because that's the thing that I got the most annoyed about with Roll20 is that when you zoomed out, it would anchor to the left.
Anchor to the left-hand side. And that's why
yeah. And if you zoom in too far, something's happening off the edge of screen and you can't get it.
See it. Yeah.
That's I ended up just having to just like move the map to where the action was.
You can actually see it like with because I'm manipulating the map in this game, but just the cutting of the size and the cropping of the size, like with Roll20, it was really difficult. But thankfully, Jared just made the canvases huge, which meant I could just manipulate and move the camera around wherever I
have Jacob well trained for that. Every time he puts an image in, it's square in the middle of the canvas so that I can just center it and do whatever I want.
Nice.
But this is the first game. Like I was laughing my guts out at the first night. This is the first game that broke me. So,
all right, shall I start the clip?
Yeah, this first one's just a really good clip where there's some good interaction between the players, and things don't go exactly as they plan.
Let us begin.
Hopefully they don't attack us. So simple thing is, bad people steal stuff. Bad people try to kill us. We kill them and not step into the magma host. No. Yeah. And we do it in a defensive format. I'm looking at the paladin. Anything, Arthur?
Yes,
anything. Just help me.
I did step forwards, but unfortunately other people went ahead. So I'm happy to be at the front, and if you can maybe create some sort of barrier that will stop them or funnel them. We do have it seems a small way that they could come in, and we could maybe pick them off one at a time.
Brilliant. We'll use Ost's body shortly past the barrier, because if he keeps walking forward, I can't help him. Get back here.
Have they noticed me yet? Yeah, as you're walking out, there's this sort of and one of the Durgaras sort of indicates to one of the Darkwing flyers to assault you, and they begin to drop projectiles from above. Let's roll for initiative. As we do so, we have a mild Wagic. We have a wild
mild Wagic. Mild Wagic.
That's right, guys. It's only a mild Wagic. We have a wild magic donation for Krieger and Arthur.
Shit. I was about to throw my produce flame.
Would you guys like me to roll, or do you want to roll?
I don't mind. Like, what do you want to do?
I feel like you guys should roll.
I think these two magic surges were, I think, my two favorite that weren't like sheeps or anything like that.
Yeah, D100, folks.
Yeah.
All right. Rolling it.
Right.
That
change my name.
Is a 63.
And an 86.
Okay. 86. Very good. You don't know whether it's the heat that's getting to you, but you begin to like look at your hands and you're like, whoa, hang on a minute. And then everyone else goes like, what is it? And they also see it too. 3 illusory duplicates of yourself appear in your space. You just cast mirror image.
Sweet.
But wait for it.
Yeah, there you go.
For Arthur, let's put another token down for you, and then let's...
Look, I love how Jared actually just does the mirror images and throws them straight into Roll20.
A blue boy, and let's... Duplicate. Oh no, that's not a duplicate.
I'm worried what I'm gonna get.
Come on. There we go. There's now heaps of you. Oh, and I've
The more the merrier.
See, right now they're thinking, "Oh, cool! Now there's more targets. We're not going to get hit."
64.
Yeah, 63.
63.
Here we go.
Okay. And with that,
dead on. I died.
You've got that. You've got that flame in your hand that you'd conjured earlier.
Yeah.
It begins to kind of fizzle out and just produce this thick black smoke, and you keep like trying to bring it back, and it just grows and grows and grows.
Shit!
You've cast a fog cloud on yourself.
Oh, crap!
So there's now a 4-foot radius sphere of fog.
Open a window! Open a window!
Somebody creeped it. That was brilliant. What a tactical move that was.
Okay. I think you're agitating the warriors here. They're not quite friendly.
Did you fail 101 being murdered by evil people? I mean, they're not friendly. They want to kill us.
Fog.
Now shrouded in fog.
Don't go into the mist.
We are gonna. Looks like a couple of you rolled the initiative thing. I think I've put everyone's initiative.
I gotta roll initiative.
No, it's all good.
Sorry.
I think I put your initiatives on the character sheet. It's the only thing I put in your D&D in your Roll20 character sheets.
You got a natural 20, but I've got -1 to my initiative. Hey.
No.
Is that all for that clip?
That's all for that clip, yeah. So I thought it was really good. It was like how things can go wrong in a party. How like all of a sudden, like it wasn't a sheep, it wasn't a pot plant, it wasn't anything else. Oh, mirror images, and they think, oh, that's really cool, and like this is going to go really well. And all of a sudden, black smoke, fog cloud,
completely makes it useless.
Completely gone fucked up. So that was the first clip. The second clip is, I think, one of the Chris highlights. So I will say no more, and I will let us go straight into that one.
Is it the one in the document or in the highlights folder?
I've done it as Chris Dances and More. So the one you've highlighted, yep.
Yep, cool.
Facts. You must dance for it, and you receive a magic surge.
Let's bring back that stormtrooper dance.
Yeah.
Disco.
That's what I want to see.
This was before he started turning pale.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect.
Am I?
I fell into a burning rain. That's really good.
Okay. And with that, you get a reroll and a roll on the wild magic table.
Almost got another mild one.
Okay.
Mild
so this
magic,
is
yeah.
basically about magic. It's a kind of magic.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very good.
I think this is where it breaks Jared.
77 for you kids playing out there. You two can put up on one magic table.
Saving throw for me. It will be.
Oh, that's not good.
This could be epic, or it could be not so great.
What type of saving throw?
I'm going to need wisdom, please.
Excellent.
Knock off time, Chris.
Yeah.
Can we just ask for wisdom? Is that how it works? Oh.
Maybe you'll get a 2-hour break.
So, on the upside, I'm a gnome, so I get advantage, so I get a roll again.
Hey, nice.
On the downside.
On the downside,
unfortunately,
to a 2.
Now, I'm gonna argue a point here. You have a reroll.
You do have a reroll, yeah.
You may use it where you wish.
So you know what's going to happen to you, though.
Not DM. I think I'm going to die. Take a drink. Right, that's it. So, if I add them up,
oh my
an 8,
god,
a 2, and a 6, it's 16.
Uh-huh.
Oh dear.
So,
Right, he's broken Jared.
I don't even. You turn into a sheep. I can't even fathom.
He's a sheep.
Yeah.
I feel like next time we need to do like
I don't know how to narrate this.
Oh, yeah, God, for sure.
Just the player who turns the
protocol.
sheep this time.
Initiate sheep protocol.
Wait, no.
He's having a bad. That's great. Well
Inspiration.
Puns were the worst.
Jack is the inspo on that one. That was.
Jack, you're the best.
That's the best.
All right. Hey, that's no gnome. We've been fleeced.
All right, Otis gets inspiration.
Return
of the sheep.
I'm surprised.
And then we have the sheep
with inspiration isn't an official rule.
It's the only way.
That image.
Look at wait for Jared. Wait for Jared.
All right.
Oh no.
Arthur, did you end up having a turn? I can't even remember. Sorry.
Oh no.
I'm so sorry.
Poor Jared.
Star Wars Day, I've got a bad feeling about it.
Oh, let's set off those puns. Oh, please, Stephen, stop.
Yeah. So that was the end of game. A lot more fun in that game. But that broke Jared, and like it seriously broke me when that happened as well. And yeah, that's the end of day 2, where we actually made the $2,000 target. So
let's see if we can find that.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
you're just at it. It's actually, if you continue on, I think it's about 2 or 3 minutes afterwards. So you can just sort of like go up.
We've got 30 minutes left, so we're gonna have to lightning round these next ones.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's lightning round that then instead of fighting that. All right, your turn again, Soren. Day 3.
Day 3, game 1.
What do we got?
Well, there was a pattern on my first 2 days where everything just ends in disaster with wild magic. So around 2 hours, 6 minutes into the game that Jacob was running.
What was that, sorry? 2 hours?
2 hours, 6 minutes.
2 hours, 6 minutes. Oh, the start of our VOD is muted for copyright. Lovely.
Yeah, a lot of them are like that.
Yeah, 2 hours, 6 minutes. I mean, it shouldn't. I think it's all copyright free.
It is.
Anyway, I think it could just be the mute algorithm going, oh, this sounds like a song. 2 hours, 6 minutes, you said?
Whitelisted.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's someone else's problem. 2 hours, 6 minutes, sorry?
Yep.
Here we are. This is Ardent. This is us.
Seem to be like in like just kind of in various places, and they seem to like look at you like this. Like you can kind of see them. You should be able to see them as well in the AR as well. So they kind of like examine you and kind of crawl like into the kind of darker recesses of the place.
This is where I thought it was just going to be a regular Ardent roleplay game.
But however, they don't seem to like be too untoward. They're just observing you, and they seem to keep observing you as you're kind of wandering around in this particular room.
I point out the rats to Mathil. Just, I don't think that it's wise to disturb too many of the denizens of this place as much as we can. We have no idea how they've been affected by
the curse.
Alrock's curse.
All right. Well, I guess continue. Maybe keep an eye out for more of those coins or something.
I don't see anything. We don't see anything else in the kitchen.
Not just yet, but give me a quick second.
It doesn't sound good.
Yeah. Hang on. False dice. Just a handful of dice.
50. You take 50 damage.
What?
That has become.
Oh no!
We were literally joking about this at the start of the stream as well.
It happened, team.
Oh, not the one you were suggesting.
I was telling them about AJ's game.
Okay, let me just check this.
This is where I was.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'm sort of wandering around looking. So
I'm gonna roll this in roll 20.
Good thing that thing
bad happens to wooden boats with fire.
Everyone do me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh dear.
Don't screw
Would
me,
this be
game.
considered, because I realized I have not been doing this, a magical effect or spell?
Yes, it is a magical effect and or spell. Really? For an elf?
It's a satyr.
Ah, satyr, of course. Yes.
Which might have helped earlier.
Possibly, actually, yeah. Not so much for the other one, but
not great.
It won't be that team.
Oh no. Still might not have helped.
I didn't like Nick's character.
I rolled well. I got 20.
Good.
I rolled well. I got 19.
That's 14? I think that meets beats. How are you, Monsoon?
Been rolled so great. 14.
That also meets beats. All right.
Yes.
A fireball explodes out from like the the contraption that seems to be in the.
Oh, and remember what happened to now. Holy crap!
Yeah. My interpretation that you were all in this room.
That's fair.
And then all of a sudden, light goes on.
In the room.
Yeah.
Within
by the door. You see where the moment where Jacob's just like
having an eyeball in. So let me just quickly check this. Because yeah, it seems to get into the room. Everyone take 13 damage. Thanks, stream. Love that. Thank you for donating.
Thank you, chat.
Thanks. Thank you, chat.
Is it halved if we passed, or is that
halved? No. That's halved. That's halved.
That is the half.
The 13 is half.
Yeah, it took 27 damage because it's 8d6 for a fireball.
That would have almost insta-killed me.
Yeah.
I think we would just. Yeah, I wish it was just that.
Wait for it.
Is it right after this?
Yeah. No, it's actually happens right here.
All right, it's right here. Let's continue then.
Yep. And the entire kitchen is just blown away. All the rats that were or were not potentially poisonous, gone. Absolutely gone. And
he twigs. Watch his face.
Yeah, no, there.
No.
Yeah.
There wasn't any cooking oil in this.
He had the ruler out, and he's just like, "Oh
no!"
The rats explode. Oh god!
He just realized.
Everyone, everyone outside the room, do me another reflex save.
Oh no!
What?
Oh right, we're standing next to all the cannons.
Yeah.
See, he knew already. He'd already twigged.
Oh god! Okay, that's
better. That's a dirty 20.
Oh my god, we are so screwed.
So if you
I'm still gonna die.
To
I'm outside, aren't I?
252.
So I can make that.
252 was it?
Yeah, we just want to look at the still frame. When Jacob were just
2 hours 52 minutes.
Yeah,
that's all the way up here.
There's just a moment where you see the map that he drew, and how part of him just kind of, when he was doing it, was just trying to I didn't plan for this, so he's just drawn a squiggle all over his map.
Roll your damage.
Cool. So this is just going to be, it's not enormous, but I can do some more stuff after this as well.
I didn't know we had water in this version of the asset.
D4 is really that.
Right, that's the bit that's the bit.
There's an earlier one where this is after he fixed it. The earlier one was just a red squiggle, and he's like, "I'll figure this out later."
That's the Dungeon Fog assets too, isn't it?
Yeah, that looks like Dungeon Fog there. Let's see if we can't find that red squiggle. I want to find it now.
I think it's 230 or something.
So that's going to be hilarious. Let's a green squiggle.
Oh yeah, no, you had red squiggle underneath your mouse.
Did I? There. The thumbnail's wrong.
What the hell?
Come on, thumbnail. Nah, can't find it.
Is the player just jumping?
It's the thumbnail doesn't match the timestamp.
No. Yeah, there was just a point where he's just sitting there, and I've watched him as he's just moving his arm, trying to like make it so that the players wouldn't walk on the map, and he's just got this little cluster of like squiggles.
That's great. Anything else from that game?
No, that's it. That was the pattern that was setting the tone for my week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is games exploding and everyone dying.
Yep.
And then, like, I think the best part about that was they put out the fire, not realizing that that's where the monsters were climbing out of.
Oop, that's my email. I don't want to open that. We'll keep that away.
Like, that was the best part. Was that like they put out the fire, and then zombies crawl out, and they're like, set it on fire.
Set it on fire again. That's great. All right. I believe it's me again.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't quite get to day 3. Get to day 3. Looking through the clips. So we're just going to discover.
You didn't watch all of your games at 2.5 times speed.
I didn't watch all my games at 2.5 times speed. Sorry, I'm sorry.
That's some audible cred right there. I was just like, audiobook time.
No, because what I was doing is I was just jumping. Because I had moments I remembered that I was like, all right, I'm just going to jump to find those moments. But here, we're gonna this one. I think it's this one. Yeah. Yeah, I remember
speed
this.
Read when you can speed listen.
Some of the this was Callan's game. Yep.
Yep.
It was interesting hosting Callan just because his internet made things so spotty, which wasn't his fault, but because Australian internet, and I think he was trying to do it on 4G, but we ended up having to cut out his webcam because it was just not working. So he had that lovely mustache for the entire game, which I thought was great. But these are from the clips from this folder are from the highlight reel, which I think we'll just play at the end of the stream.
PAX,
yeah,
when they were running that game.
Yeah, we were. I think I remember that too. Actually, I think it was 2019 they were doing that.
Yeah.
Anyway, all of the clips from this folder here are actually in our clip montage, which Lauren kindly put together for us during the week, and we'll probably play that at the end of the stream. Actually,
cool.
But here we go.
Oh, 16 points of damage plus.
All right, you blast the Dragonborn. You see it does this sort of like triple flip thing as the force of the blast clips its shoulder and its missing leg spins out from underneath it and it lands on the ground dead.
As my free action, I turn to the paladin and say, look, this is a terrible misunderstanding. We actually come in peace. Surrender.
Can you make me a deception check with triple disadvantage? No, I'm sorry. Like, you just lost
your thing is triple disadvantage.
It is now.
I'm pretty sure Chris was trying to convince that after murdering a family member that it was all a misunderstanding. And that's the triple disadvantage there.
Mm-hmm. Well, Chris's whole shtick was that whatever was happening, do the opposite.
Yep.
So like if you're in battle, he's like, look, I'm actually a friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway. Yeah. So I haven't gone through the rest of the footage, so I don't have a huge amount to say about specific games anymore.
That's all right.
Which I suppose is good enough, but good because we're
going
on.
We're going to rush through this. The next game is me again, and it was with Scarlet Moth as the DM.
Oh, yeah.
This game was really interesting because I haven't done. I mean, I've read the Ravenloft books and things like that, so it was interesting for me because, but I'd never actually seen anyone play in the Ravenloft setting. So, I mean, it's still part of Forgotten Realms, but it's, it's Strahd's...
Shadowfell.
Yeah. But it's like he pulls people from the Forgotten Realms type thing and like all that stuff. Yeah.
Do you have the timestamp for that clip? Sorry, because it doesn't have it.
It is... let me just open it up and I will have a look.
Otherwise, we're looking at the intro.
Yeah. Let me just check. It is 5 minutes 55. Sorry, 5 hours 55.
Yeah, I was about to say 5 minutes is still in the
5 hours 55.
5 hours 55.
Because for some reason, like it.
Twitch, yeah, that's right.
Twitch felt like the first those 2 streams were one stream.
Yeah, that's because we were too quick on our swap over.
Yeah.
And we had disconnect protection on, so it just thought there was a blip.
I had the opposite happen where I started mine too quickly after Clint had stopped at the end, and Twitch just went, "Oh, disconnect." No, wait, no, you're not. So then, even when I closed OBS, it thought we were still live and doing other weird stuff.
Yeah, that's
and it was like flicking on and off and doing all kinds of other nonsense.
Yeah.
Actually, is this the? Actually, I think this is the game where my mic is live, and I've forgotten to. I think it is actually this one.
It was in Kellen's game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was this one. It was. I think.
Yeah. So at 5 hours 55. So it's
All right, well, we're just going to hear my voice for a second because I think it's hilarious.
If everything's all going well.
Oh yeah.
This is why we don't let ourselves record.
It says we're streaming, but I don't think it is. I think something's gone wrong here.
No, Caleb, we're streaming. Yeah, we're streaming, Caleb.
Okay.
Caleb.
Earlier, when we were setting up for this stream,
there we go.
Caleb had went to record his system audio, and I'm like, don't do that. Don't ever do that. This is why I don't use other audio devices, and I have everything routed through virtual cables and everything else.
Everything else was set up fine. I just forgot to I was experimenting with having my mic in a scene in case I needed to do like a voiceover for something in case something went wrong. I just forgot to mute the mic. Anyway, that was fun. Sorry, that was 5 hours 52. You said
5:55. 5:55. Okay, so. This has got Scarlet Moth as the DM. So in the Ravenloft setting, the characters are all they've been sent out to do a whole heap of chores to plan and prepare for Strahd's birthday. So it's got Sarah from Meeples, Matthew from There Be Dragons, Dave from Band of Badgers, one of the Fate Script crew, Sheldon, and of course Matt Briefcase Brown. From Split the Party. But this scene is my favourite scene of what happens. Matt's character was the MVP in this, Klungo. He was brilliant. The rest of the crew just tied in so well with him, but you'll see why. But this clipping is definitely my favourite from this game. So just watch.
Just before I started, Matt mentioned that he rarely gets to actually play anymore because he's a professional DM, and so that's just what he does. But like, I'm really interested to see how he acts as a player. So let's go.
Oh, it is gold.
The oven starts to rumble and growl.
Oh, because they've just baked the cake in a coffin.
We haven't been in there for too long.
It hasn't been there that long, from what you can tell.
But the cake's nearly done. Open me up.
If you go to open the door.
No, open me up.
Oh, the door slams off of its hinges.
I would like to stealth.
You can stealth as crawling out of it, crouching, is what looks like a cake golem.
Did we make that? Uh-oh.
And I'm going to move you across to my lovely picture, which I made.
What?
Of the cake golem.
What?
Look at
that. Oh my god.
I'm just gonna pause it there because I didn't notice this before. It's just a picture of a golem that she's
put icing on the cake. Yeah. She says that later on.
I didn't notice that before.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Great. I love it.
Please, everyone roll initiative.
Alrighty.
And now they realise they've got to fight it.
Oh, we've got some donations as well.
Oh no!
Thank you, Catsy, for the Wild Magic Surge, and good luck with all the monkey business. Thank you. Hey. We will set that Wild Magic Surge off at the most inconvenient moment. So I'm just going to keep that one in my back pocket.
I'm just also going to let you know that I am a Path of the Wild Magic Barbarian, so I should have actually been wild magicking when I first, raged when I was in midair, and probably again in about whenever my turn occurs.
10 seconds. Okay, we can do that. Now, I'll grab a pen. We can write down some
first met
initiative.
Matt when he was a player in Jade's Cthulhu game that we ran.
Oh yeah,
yep.
That's cool. Is it? Are we sticking on this clip for a little longer, or is it another one?
No, I mean that whole clip and that whole fight is just gold. But
I wish we could watch the whole fight.
We'd watch more. So, but let's move on to the next game.
All right, day 4.
Day 4.
I think this is me.
This is you again.
Yep. So if you bring up my game, at
we're moving quick now.
23 minutes.
We're moving quick now. 1 second. I've
23.
There we go. Sorry. It just put the stream.
Streamception.
Yeah, it put the stream through. Past podcast. That's what I want. And I want day 4. That's what I want, don't I? That's day 5. That's day 4. Timestamp.
1 hour, 23 minutes.
1 hour, 23. I'll get that. There we go. Perfect.
Second one should be is like a combat.
Wait, this isn't mine. This is
that's my game. I don't know how I managed. Oh, that's because the title's wrong. That's how I've gotten confused. I don't think I correctly named a stream all week. I always started the stream and then changed it.
I think I only had one that I botched, and I fixed that about 5 minutes in.
I did one mistake, which ended up being 2 mistakes.
All right, I think
which I don't know why.
That's the one.
Which I don't know why it happened, but
so,
day 4, game 5, and day 4, game 3, and day 6, game 3 all were like streamed as day 4, game 3.
So George was.
What was the timestamp? Sorry,
1 hour 23. George was a 2-time player for me, but he was another heel. And I had both him and Chris in this game. So they were both just going at it to the point where George was a hashtag in our chat. So every time something went wrong for Wild Magic, we would just be hashtag blame George.
I can pull the chat up if you like for this one. We'll put it in a theater
I'm not sure
mode.
if it was this one or the next one, because we had one for blame Creed as well, which Creed was his other character.
All right, well, we'll find out. All right. 1 hour 23.
Tested is going to be... Oh, yeah, he's going to break it. It's a dirty 20, but he's going to break it.
All right. It's a very near thing. You guys match muscle for muscle, but abruptly the Sahagin breaks out and
with this one, this is where I realized that Chris has been playing way too many games, because you have one player who's kind of like built their character for a fight. Chris has just filled his inventory with random stuff.
Yeah.
So if it gets taken from him, he has plenty of other things.
I think you need to lean a smidge closer to your mic, Soren, by the way. It's just a tad quiet.
Attack range for anybody going in and doing otherwise. All right. Good old Doug. It looks like, Chris, you have received another disadvantage. Really after you tonight, aren't they?
I laugh in the face of disadvantage. Bring it on.
Chris and Jay, the two of you have had your weapons downgraded. So
you should order the shops.
I believe the two of you had a net.
So this GM had a bunch of tiers for.
I have a javelin.
All right. So if you have a javelin and you have a net, please pick one or the other.
I don't have a net, so I actually have a javelin.
Okay.
That's the only thing I have.
In that case, apparently it is of shoddy craftsmanship as you pull out the javelin and abruptly...
And this is where it came in.
Off and floats away in the current. You are now left with the quarterstaff.
Oh no, that came into Jared's game. Actually, I should have put
Chris, what?
Which? So I will give you the option. I have a great sword, a dagger, a net, a shield, a trident. What would you like to destroy?
It's just been ruined so many times in other games.
Destroy? Well, underwater combat, I think I might go for that trident.
So I imagine we bought at Chucky. We went to this discount store to buy weapons, and they kind of just the rivet wasn't in front of it and just kind of floats away. It's like one of those plastic ones you get in the kids' playgrounds.
Well, Promethean did provide me with a hilarious little idea. So you did go to that bargain store, which apparently was right next door to a joke store. As you pull out the trident, apparently the minor illusion on it fails, and you're left holding a single fork, or a dingle hopper, as we have been provided.
Yeah, so that's that clip. And I think the best part was about 5 minutes later when Chris realizes he's now in possession of a magic weapon in the form of a fork.
Right, 1 hour 30.
No, if you can go to 253. Oh, sorry, 254.
254. Bam.
Surge abruptly channels out, and everybody
this was just probably the king of the wild magic surges for me.
Intense, awkward sensation of their physical forms abruptly turning into sheep.
Oh no! Yeah, all of them.
Your party are now all sheep. You are surrounded by 5 sheep as
well. Oh, poor Laura!
I remember Laura this. Has like a very slight short circuit, and then her character has like a mental breakdown.
I can't.
Poor
I would
Laura.
like to
wait till she sees Chris
on Martin's pants.
I clear my throat. Sorry, the bad.
I'm like, all these batting sheep. Would this be considered a curse?
It is not, according to the spell save. Sorry, the wild magic surge. They are transformed into sheep as if by the polymorph spell.
Okay, would greater restoration do it?
Ooh, good question. I don't think it does. Polymorph requires a dispel.
Oh, well.
Chat's puns, though.
Oh, you could just knock them down to 1 HP, your call.
Yeah.
Oh.
But Chris has become so many sheep. He's got multiple backgrounds for them.
You're the sheep.
That sounds... Well, yeah, I could bonk them and then, re-up them. This is bad.
bonk them.
Okay.
Kill me.
Well, she's one.
Was that?
Oh, no.
No, keep going.
There's more. Oh god, there's more shit.
They're all. So what? There's all of them. Oh my god.
Your party except you.
Five sheep. Cool. I'm chewing on some pants. Great. It's going great.
She doesn't know what to do.
This is when Laura's just like...
She's
Greater restoration would not work, correct?
And she ends up restoring Chris just to get him to stop.
Okay.
Just so she can think.
Kill us. Kill us. I'm a cutlet.
Do they have... Do I know if they have, the... toughness or HP of a sheep? Do they all have really low HP right now?
You said your passive arcana is at 11, I think.
Yeah.
You don't have that knowledge, apparently. You may do an active roll to determine it if you'd like.
There is it. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Can I just do a roll to see if to help me think of what kind of things it could help get them out of this situation?
Yep, go for it. Keep in mind, you still have to contend with the 3 guards in front of you who are now probably very...
This is right in front of the combat too.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
The sheep videos keep changing.
What would I roll? What am I rolling?
Caleb,
so
keep changing
arcana?
the size.
Oh,
you changing the crop size?
No. You change the size of the.
You full screen.
Yeah, full screen.
Oh, that's what I was trying to do. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
If you'd like to divine the what's going on for them magically, you might be able to do a persuasion or performance to dissuade the guards from.
Oh gosh. The Arcana is a 1, not a nat 1, just a 1. It's going great. I'm fine.
Bah.
And then persuasion or performance for, I guess, either one. I roll a 5 on that.
I'll go, bah! Which to all the other sheep means get him, and then I headbutt one of the guards.
I demand pets from one of the guards.
All right. Roll me an attack roll, George, and Ash. If you can roll me a persuasion check for persuasion for cuteness, I guess.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and assume a sheep has +0.
Yeah, I'm looking it up now. Oh, there we go, sheep.
What's a charisma modifier for a sheep?
-3?
Apparently -3.
I rolled an 18 just as a regular D20.
That's a 10.
A 10?
Look at what big sheep eyes. Bah.
10, you will actually beat the armor class of the guard in front of you. So you may apparently do a attack roll of 1, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So the guard gets abruptly headbutted by the marsh sheep. And is kind of knocked to the ground. Most of them are still just completely shocked by exactly what's going on, but the other two begin to level their blades again at Kiz as well as the rest of them. Rhea attempts to look endearing as a sheep, but is not quite able to make it. What would the rest of you guys like to try and do, or you're just happy being sheep, or
just happy being sheep?
Like eventually she frees Chris, and Chris is just like, all right, I just start bashing them together, and like just to kind of get them out, because like it gets to a point where it's like, who's the best one who can help? And he goes, probably the arcane people who know magic. So she frees the barbarian. It was great. And then the barbarian just does what barbarians do and just smashing things together.
Yeah.
And Chris ends up bribing his way out of a Kraken fight with his magic fork, which is just amazing.
Oh, wow.
Excellent.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Next one.
Next one,
which is Lauren's already highlighted the moment I wanted to show already, so that's convenient. Which is what day are we on? Oh,
day 4, game 2.
Day 4, game 2. This is the moment I enjoyed
can we
the most.
just appreciate that Lauren went through and watched every game to find every highlight after the streaming was done?
I was very impressed. She was doing it during the last game even, and she was clipping stuff during the last game, which I was very impressed by.
Admittedly, from what she told us, she had a great time, but still.
Yeah, still props to Lauren.
Props to Lauren.
Absolute numpty in chat. Oh, I dropped my thing. All right, let's watch this one right here.
These Yetis just need hugs. That's really what's going on. So I'm going to grow my spectral arms.
Add the chat in, dude, because the cropping size seems better with the chat.
Oh, no, this is the clip. There's no chat for this one.
Oh, right, okay.
This is just the YouTube clip.
Gotcha.
Wait, what does it crops look like on the stream?
Just leave it. Don't put it full screen.
Don't put it full screen.
All right, we'll leave it like that.
Big, goopy, like they're dripping with slime arms. And like, where'd they get all this dirt and muck on them? I don't know, but they're there. So they sprout, and I run over. I'm gonna run over to this buddy. I'm gonna give him a big hug with my goopy arms. I will still jump onto his back and give him like a double hug. But with my spectral arms, as I jump up, I would like to like pat him on the back in a very aggressive manner.
Like when you're trying to burp a baby.
Yes, although it is gonna feel like a very aggressive like pound on the back.
Alyssa was great in that game. Her character was very very fun. I don't even remember what her race was, but the way she played it is she's just never breathed through her nose, so she always had this nasally kind of like phlegmy character. It was great.
It was good.
And this was the game. This was a game where someone donated. I think it was 75. I think it was B Games donated. BD&D, sorry, donated to have a wild animal help them. And a badger just came around and just acted like, it's like, come on, you bastards! There's a thing we've got to do. That was a very, very cool moment in that game. Ended up running over time, but that was fine.
So what do we got next? Day 4, game 3?
I believe we've got one more clip from game 2. I don't remember what this is. Let's find out.
You roll a d10. Oh no! Oh no!
I also have a bonus action.
Yep, go ahead.
Right after this, yeah. Yam, seeing this thing teetering back towards Devessa, is going to like reach into the pot of soup with his ladle, and this is just a thrown action, but he's going to like fling a bunch of soup at the closest Getty. You in the horns, you with the white, step up and have a bite, and just try to distract it.
Yep.
So it would just be like he's throwing a hand axe, but we'll see what.
Okay, go ahead. Do your attack. And what did you get in that roll, Devessa?
Got an 8.
8. Your age changes by 8 years. If the roll is even, you get older.
All right.
You are older by 8 years. Like, yeah, you see your.
The real fun thing about Luke's character in this game is he ended up, he was like the guy running the soup kitchen, right? But it ended up morphing into trying to hire all the local wildlife and just like get them working in his kitchen as like some sort of capitalist slave hire thing. Just like, oh yeah, no, I've got a job over here in the kitchens. Just get everyone every animal he met to try and get into his kitchen, which I thought was hilarious. That's day 4 for me. What about you, Clint?
I think your game's going to be our last game, Clint.
If it's going to be the last game, I'm actually going to take creative license. And
creative license.
Yeah, I'm going to jump to the last game.
Last game
of the actual thing. It's Kendall's game. We need to see the chat in this because
I just want to say one thing before we go into that. The GM for that game, he knew what was up.
Yeah.
When you went on to the auctions and you saw everyone else's photos, he had this like steely looked, long hair, professional photograph, and his auction sold first. Like he knew how to handle an auction.
Yeah. So the last game was with Kendall Human at One for All, who I will give a huge shout out to, and their latest series of One for All came out last night or today, which was really cool. I've already watched it. So you should all check them out at One for All on Twitch and YouTube. Isadora, which was at Duchess Sunstar. The Wanyo at Underdark Dice, who makes really cool dice. Renard from Canada. Chris, of course. Ben from Fate's Grip, and at Nerdy People D&D. This you got to see the chat in this from. Just like listen to the game and watch the chat because I may have enabled a little bit and taken partial payments to allow them to add in a monster. So we had.
Am I sensing corruption here?
Look, he wasn't the only one. I had a thing in Jacob's game where like Jacob's party almost died, and I put a donation in there for $100, and someone bought it to heal the party.
Yeah. Chris may have said in chat or like in game, well in chat, because Kendall had no idea this was going on. I'll throw in $20 for another monster because we had Dazza the Green Dragon, ancient green dragon, who showed up and was going to annihilate the party, but he only wanted, because this is from the town or the country of Whoop Whoop. And
yeah,
that's right. This was the Aussie theme.
The Aussie thing, yeah, the Aussie theme game. So Dazza turned up and he was looking for a Macca's, and they may have lied to Dazza and sent him off on his merry way. So someone said like we need someone else to turn up. So Chris said I'll throw 20 in if someone else wants to throw in like the 55 to make it to the $75 donation. We ended up having like 5 people donate. So just watch the chat
Is
as
it
well as
43 minutes?
The clip is at 43 minutes and 5. Yeah, pretty sure.
Yep, cool. All right, we got the chat there. I can see it already. Chris saying, "I'll put 20 to it.
That's
I need
it.
to die."
Yeah, that's it.
Business. It looks like there have been different sorts of debates. You know, new business is being put forward and discussed and talked about what happened. And just before he's about to take the floor, your old friend, the high half elf, Serpius, sees you guys and just runs over quickly. Oh, hey guys, how you going? How's it going? Hey.
Hi.
Serpius. Hey, how are you?
Serpius, it's good to see you.
Oh, yeah.
Sebastian's glad to see you. It's nice to see you sold out.
Yeah, well...
Renar and his crab, Sebastian.
You know, wasn't much money. Anyway, yeah, thanks for coming anyway. Trip nice?
Yeah, man, it was alright.
Yeah.
Could have warned us about the dragon.
He's one of the local legends, you know? Like, people just like him when he turns up, you know? He's fun. He's fun. Too many of us? Yeah.
Just to make sure, our task won't be to get rid of him, right?
Yeah. There's no tasks, mate. I just wanted, sometimes you invite esteemed guests to Parliament, and sometimes they say something nice about you to the people in charge. And maybe when I give you the floor and introduce you and you say something good about me, could bode well for my career here. You know what I mean?
You trying to get a cabinet posting, are you?
Just I'm trying to make the most of the situation. I don't like how far down the rung I am. I think I got the ability to be higher up. Okay, all right, yeah, all right, yep, money. Money, yep. How much do you want?
Well, Serpius, if I see you forward in your career, perhaps your gifts might benefit me more.
Yep, no worries. You get one get out of jail free card. Mm-hmm.
I might need a. Have you got like a pad of those?
You have my word. That's what you have. All right. You have.
Yeah, I'm gonna need
honest.
I'm gonna need a pad of them. Get out of jail free cards, mate.
Okay. We can write a deal memo, and have it notarized and authorized and kind of kept in secret because I'm not supposed to hand those out as much as I do. But yeah, we can deal with that. We'll have a pad of get out of jail free cards.
Righto then.
All right. Is that good? We got an accord?
All right. And what do you actually want us to say about you?
Just talk me up. Talk about how everywhere I went, it would be kind of like run down, not the best. And then, when I came and with my ingenuity and my Mr. Fix-It attitude, just made it the best thing it could be.
So you want us to lie?
Yeah.
Lie for our use. Okay.
Yeah.
The thick shake. That's right.
I'm gonna.
Could I ask?
First time we've met. Abysmal.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. You're going to need to just.
Yeah. Keep it hush. But yeah. All right. Anything else? Yeah. All right. Isn't this what we always wanted? Back when we were working together, slaying trolls, taking on the Burger King, dealing with that weird king of the oozers. What was it? The Krispy Kreme. Oh, good times. But isn't this what we really wanted? Just vigorous political debate.
Yeah. It's at this point that the fly spell wears off, and Merv screams from the sky and then drops and tries to crush Ben.
Okay. Nidon, please make a dexterity saving throw. How far up are you, Merv?
How high is the ceiling? Wonderful, powerful demon.
I have a feeling Merv's going to succeed pretty thoroughly. Dexterity saving throw. Sorry. 9.
Right. Okay. That's round down to its 8.
What happened?
I think Caleb died.
I think Caleb died.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Yeah. Oh well. So.
Comment.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
Oh, did I just? Oh, hello.
Yeah, you froze.
You froze.
I think
for
I
like
might
a
have
good...
frozen on Clint's end as well for a moment. Zoom might have died.
Oh, hello.
No, we're all good now.
I thought you guys were a little quiet. I can see the dip in my internet connection.
Yeah, so there we go. So just for $35, Bazza, the blue dragon, who is shitty with his brother Dazza for going to Macca's when he wanted Kentucky Fried Cleric and a thick shake. We ended up getting, so Crosscore dropped 20, Chris dropped 20, so we needed the 35. Ended up having 2 people donate 35 and another person donating 20. So we ended up with Bazza the Blue Dragon and 3 Magic Surges.
Now, where does that happen?
Where does that happen in a game? So I felt really sorry for Kendall because he had 3 parts to his adventure and he didn't get out of the first one.
That's great. And then we were trying to get ready for the outro and you had him like hold the thing for like an extra 20 minutes.
Oh wow.
What a poor dude.
No, he was an absolute legend. I gotta say, like it was just because it wasn't ended up just being Bazza the Blue Dragon. So so we had Dazza and Bazza, and then we had Gazza.
I think I'm
then we had a Shadow Dragon turn up. The whole Parliament of Whoop Whoop was destroyed by a breath weapon.
The Parliament.
There was the end of that. Like, oh,
they had the down under
and like in that other one with the 3 Magic Surges, there was enough for another emu. So they ended up with fighting against like 6 emus who all with Kendall stats all had different. Like they had a support emu, an angry emu,
That's right,
a sneaky emu.
Emus like classes with the emus.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then someone donated for another monster and a pack of wild kangaroos and a bin chicken.
And a partridge on a pear tree.
Oh man, it was nuts. It was
Make a song out of that.
It was just nuts. It was.
I got nervous when someone summoned a bunyip in one of my games.
Yeah. That was the same day, wasn't it?
That was the last day. Was it?
Yeah,
no,
it was
pretty sure
it was
when I did day 3.
Was it?
Yeah, that was with the underwater temple.
Oh, okay.
They had a bunyip with the stats of a dragon turtle in the same room as a kraken.
Oh no!
Oh, that's right. They put the bloody thing in the kraken's eye or something.
Yeah, they threw the bunyip at the
kraken. Yeah.
Thank you for the bin chicken, Emily.
Yeah. You're welcome. Thanks, Emily. Yeah.
Welcome to the stream.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, you posted earlier. I must have missed you. Hello.
The druid, Isadora, she went wild form and became an emu. So, and she got the support emu stats, which Kendall had to give her. So, I mean, it was a really, really like one of those that could easily turn into like a campaign, you know?
It was the perfect way to end an Australian stream too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
they just
specifically
dial the Aussie up to 11, make everyone think that that's how we are in real life.
Yeah, it was great. So,
but we spare the foreigners the drop bears. We don't tell them about that.
They're for next year.
Yeah, so, when's the cassowary joining it?
Yeah.
Screw the emus. The cassowaries are the elite class. They're the ascended class of the emus. They're big.
Well, I think
that's not
we've
how
already
biology works, but all right.
Yeah, he didn't lie. No, he didn't lie, Saz, at all. I think like we've already decided that we're going to do our own like wild surge table for next year. So
yeah, that'll be cool.
Like we'll make it like Australian orientated or something. Can't forget this. I mean, I hate to bring it up, but the one thing I didn't like, I was waiting for the Kiwi jokes with the sheep. But it just didn't happen.
I had a couple.
Oh, okay.
We're getting borderline. I had the I had the like timeout button ready, in one of my games, they got real close.
Yeah, well,
right. Well, I think we've just got one more left, if I'm correct. Did you want to do that, Soren, or did you want to wrap up?
No, that was going to be our last one.
Oh, yeah, that's our last one. All right. Well, are we wrapping it up then?
Yeah, let's just talk for a couple of minutes and then wrap it up, and then I mean,
what's on the agenda to talk about?
What did you guys learn about this? Like Jasper's and like for us to do this event? I mean, for me, it personally felt like well, this is something we could be doing more regularly, type thing. Even though it's a lot of work and it's it's like I want to thank Saz and John for starters. It was just great to be doing this with Meeples. So thank you, and a huge shout out to you guys. Really wonderful.
I think Sarah kind of shares some of the stress that I went through for getting it all done, because we were in the same conversations. Yeah. Going, we need this, we need that, we need this, we need that, we need this. And honestly, like, this was the first time having to build a stream setup for someone else to use that wasn't me. Like, I think that was a big takeaway. And even then, like, I trying to anticipate what was going to happen, plus make it so that someone like yourself who hadn't had a chance to practice streaming.
No.
Like, at least Caleb had gotten a chance to host a couple of our games and use a setup. Like, if it was just Caleb, I would not have put as much front loading.
That'd be awesome, Nick.
Front loading into the construction of that stream. But I was like, because you were involved on it as well, like, I had to, there were a lot of creative ideas that came from GMs that I had to push back against, just because, like, it would have overcomplicated the setup to a point.
Yeah.
If we had more time, I probably would engage a lot more with the GMs, because like, we had like some GMs come in relatively last minute, so it's unavoidable. But like, there were GMs who just disappeared for 2 weeks and then came back and they had a thing, and I had to tell them that we couldn't use it.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of heartbreaking in that regard. I think, like, one of the things that we had in the donations that we didn't like, I think if we had more time to kind of design the donations a bit more, because we did have a thing there where, like, you could choose a wild surge.
Yeah.
Rather than simply just rolling randomly.
Yeah.
I know people love the chaos and the randomness, but like, having those extra options, doing things like having a table that's a bit more stream oriented than sorcerer oriented. Things like that would be really nice. But yeah, like, the whole thing was basically just a workshop in just refining a lot of the stuff that I'd learned for streaming over the last year and a bit.
What about you, Caleb?
Ramble.
Well, it wasn't more of a like skill learned, but more of a I really thought it was interesting how the wild magic and all that kind of like helped get people engaged, and I loved the effect that had on the game. Like, it's just more of a like, I just really like it when streams have interactivity. And this one was no exception. It's just like, I really loved how users can influence the stream in some way, and how engaging that is for people. And we had so many people that were just like sticking around because of the thing. They wanted to see the effect of the things that they had, which was really cool to have. And I realized that most of the streams that I enjoy the most have some sort of engagement via donation.
That gets very difficult to manage, especially if you have a long form thing. Like, you saw the chaos that comes from like one shots, right? I know a lot of small streams start out doing that, and they end up having to drop it just to maintain continuity within the campaign. But like, it would be very fun to try and figure out a way that does work for that.
I just want to comment on what you just gone mute. Are we there?
No, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to comment what Saz just said. So the US people told us that their most thing was disadvantage. We had all the wild surges. Their wild surges were like $25. So, $10 for a DM. I feel like to throw at a Wild Surge to actually be able to manipulate the game is really cheap compared to $25. You know, so people felt, I think they were getting more for what they were spending.
There's also what I found, because I was that like having, and like Fenway kind of agreed with me when she was actually in one of our games. Well, she was in the chat in the beginning when she would come and talk to players. That when you give players options, like for example, I was in the first set of games every day, and they generated the fewest amount of dollars overall. And what ended up occurring for us was that the second game that I ran, he had come up with like 7 different ways to donate, and that was on top of the default stuff.
Yeah.
And as a result, we ended up just getting more donations, because that's what happens. You get more donations when there's more things to buy. And I think that's going to be a thing that, like, if we could put more time into those donations, figuring out what would be fun to include in games. That if we can get like those kinds of numbers in there, we stand like people want to buy stuff like that. Exactly. That's what they're there for. They want things to do, to the point where like in the game with Jacob, the party was dead. Like, and they were going to die. And when people ended up, like, when someone was literally in the chat being like, if there was an option to heal them, I'd buy it. So I was like, I'll call your bluff. And I put $100 thing on there, and then they called my bluff and spent $100 to heal the party.
Yeah.
And because it all goes to charity, it's all fine.
But it's still, I mean, because it is, it's like people, because even though it is charity, people, like what NVC DM just said, people still want to have their value for their dollar. So paying $25 for something random that may not actually do anything really fun is still way more expensive than $10. So just a drop of a hat.
And I think if they knew that there was a value there because we had put time into the options, there was a way to read the magic table, like kind of having a few of these things that are ready for it goes a long way.
Definitely.
Yeah. And there's something interesting in that you can gamify and apply game design to the system.
Yeah.
Which is something that we're not necessarily strangers to, so that we can actually take the
games.
Yeah, exactly. That's the funny thing is that we're normally game developers. We consider ourselves game developers, and this was more like a thing we wanted to do as a company. And I'm sure Ralph and Aaron and yourself, Søren, have different opinions on that. But like,
for people who don't know, Caleb and I both have game design degrees.
Yes, and I have 2 game-related degrees actually. So this isn't my normal job. This stream producing stuff.
No, this is a side project that we just do.
Yep.
And
as we said at the start of the stream, because
I've just got really good internet.
Yeah, I only got roped into it because I got good internet. I got NBN when we moved into this place, and got roped in.
Yeah.
When I found out you had fiber, I was like, hey, let's upgrade that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got fiber to the house.
Yeah, we got to the curb.
I lost my train of thought, but that's all right.
I was one of those crazy people who had a shovel in his front yard, running a cable out to the fiber node and then harassing his provider.
But you and your dad are weird, hooking up your own electronics.
Yeah, well, he's licensed. It's fine.
But again, I just want to say a quick few thank yous once again to Saz and John at Meeples and Dragons. The couple of sponsors we had for the couple of games, which was Wooten Forge and BD&D. Anyone else? Did we have any other sponsors?
I don't think we had any more sponsors.
The Ardent games were kind of soft sponsored.
Oh, well, us being Ardent, but I'm not going to thank us.
No, with Dungeon Fog.
Oh, yeah, well, Dungeon Fog, yeah. Well, Jacob was using the Dungeon Fog, so one. Yeah. Definitely thank you, Till at Dungeon Fog, because Dungeon Fog is... Have you been looking at it, guys? Because it's actually a lot of fun. And it really works with our stuff too. So definitely Dungeon Fog. The GMs, the players, and everyone that's donated in chat and been a part of the whole experience for Jasper. So Fenway, and Jasper's game day in general, like the people in the Discord that were helping us out. So
keeping people honest.
Yeah. I had an absolute ball. So for my first time streaming, thank you. The people made it really easy. The system we had in place worked really well. So it's just a credit to everyone's hard work.
For your first time.
It's definitely a trial by fire, yeah.
It was challenging, I'm not going to lie. But we all came through it really, really well. So I think that's, just a credit to all the hard work that everyone's put in. So thank you so much. I can't begin to express how I really feel because it's just amazing. So
also, how does Lauren even have hands left?
I know, Lauren. We said it.
She drew all of those things.
We said it in our team meeting today. Lauren is the MVP behind the scenes. You guys, you really, like, everyone that's here now watching and anyone that watches this in the future, Lauren has done the outlays for all the layouts for all the streams, the clips for all the VODs.
The two overlays that you see now that we've been using tonight, she drew them in a day.
Yeah.
She only found out about this yesterday.
The talent this young woman has is extraordinary. Ardent is truly lucky to have her.
And she does she'll much every visual for the app as well. The Ardent Roleplay app she'll see something
and saying that, I actually do want to go on to one last thing for me. We are going to be starting to be streaming a lot more regularly, weekly, we hope. So there'll be a lot of different things coming up where we're either painting miniatures or doing something with Ardent, or even Lauren we're going to be creating a new deck of cards that we're going to be releasing, and Lauren is going to be doing all the artwork on the stream in front of you doing that. So,
if you behave yourselves, we might try and do a bit of a giveaway at the end.
Bring her in, Caleb. Bring her in, Caleb. Come on. Yeah.
She's messing up her hair.
I can't actually see.
Hello.
I can't hear anyone, so hi.
All right, you've come in.
There we go.
All right, you can squid jump.
But she has been the hugest MVP behind the scenes. So great. Kudos. Yeah, thanks, Lauren.
She's also the person I cry to when the stream is when I'm struggling to build the stream.
Okay. Anything lastly from you guys, sorry?
No, just thank you both of you, because if you didn't sign up, I would have been doing the whole week on my own and I'd be dead right now.
Nah, that's fucked.
Yeah.
I did two shifts on Monday and that was enough. I was like, nope.
That's proper fucked.
Yeah. No, we don't have the G rating right here.
No, we don't. We don't.
Stream's not on. We can swear. That's fucked.
Yeah, no, if we couldn't have found, if I didn't have already Caleb on board for streaming for the Monday, I would have missed out on my event. And then if we didn't get you on, Clint, it would have either been me pulling double shifts or triple shifts even, or Caleb and I just alternating days or trying to figure out some broken ass schedule that would never have survived.
I think we all realized that you can't do this with less than 3 people.
Yeah, no,
we should
I learned that from
to run
PAX.
these streams.
Yeah, we should definitely hire some people.
With PAX, we ran 2 teams and we tried to do double one day, single the next day. It didn't work. No. We were dead. We felt like we were dying. So then my first thing I put my foot down at the beginning was, I need 3 hosts. And Ralph's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yes.
Yeah. No, I think, we all, like the 3 of us at least, realized there is no way known this would have been as seamless as it was if there weren't 3 people doing it.
You could absolutely do it. I just don't think you'd be intact afterwards.
No, it would be like Chris.
Yeah.
A husk of a person.
Yeah, if you want to ask how bad it is, ask Chris.
I think on that note, that's probably a good place to wrap it up.
It is probably a good place to wrap it up. So anyway, okay guys, we're going to drop off now. Thank you again so much to everyone involved. I'm around. Join our Discord. All the details are down below in our Twitch info. Come and say hey in Discord. If you want a demo in Ardent, I'm happy to help out. I know Soren loves giving demos as well.
I have enough to do, for sure.
No, he's always happy to take on more work.
Yeah.
We do have a lot more stream content that we are going to be coming out with. One quick thing, tomorrow at 11, we have a Facebook Live stream with Jacob, who is doing a massive demo for Ardent. So if you can, check it out tomorrow at 11. And yeah, just keep saying hey and keep in touch in Discord, on Twitch, wherever it may be, because sincerely, you people are what really create such a great atmosphere for everyone. Thank you.
Lauren also had an evil idea. We should bring Chris as a host.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If he'll have us. Wait, no, other way around. Okay, whatever. I'm tired. See ya.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. All right.
See everyone later.